Hello everyone, welcome to the Stalwart Initiative, and we're back for another look at Tasha's Cauldron of everything. And we're here at our final class, the Artificer. So let's dive right in, and just as a disclaimer, I'm not going to cover every single thing in the Artificer. There's plenty of reviews out there stemming the whole way back from when it was introduced in Eberron Rising from the Last War. So we're going to go over all the things that are added in Tasha's that weren't previously there for the Artificer, including the new subclass, the Armor. So let's look down over here, and I'm going to slowly scroll down over. This is all the standard Artificer stuff. We're going to take a look at the new spells, infusions, and of course the Armor subclass. And we're going to go down until we get to the spells, the spell list, and I'll let you know what has changed in Tasha's. Okay, cantrips. Cantrips that are in Tasha's Cauldron that weren't there before. Booming Blade is new. Green Flame Blade is new. Lightning Lure and Sword Burst. Booming Blade and Green Flame Blade were, I think, originally from Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. It was their original print, and that's good. They're good. These are needed additions for, especially for now that the armor is a subclass. So very cool. Changes or additions to first level spells. Just Tasha's Caustic Brew. I am going to go over all these spells. I'll do a magic section here now that I'm done with the class features. There are no new second level spells in the book, and third level, the only new one is Intellect Fortress. Yeah, is Intellect Fortress. Fourth level, Summon Construct is new, and there are no new fifth level spells. So that's it. Those are the only spells in the spell list that are new and weren't already in the original printing in Eberron Rising from the Last War. Those are the spells. We're going to go over the new infusions, because there are new infusions. Obviously, with the armor, you're going to want some new stuff accompanying that. And moving on down here. So I think we're going to go over. Let's go over the armor first, and then we'll go in the infusions, because the new ones, most of them are kind of oriented around armor. So the Armor subclass, an artificer who specializes as armor modifies armor to function almost like a second skin. The armor is enhanced to hone the artificer's magic, unleash potent attacks, and generate a formidable defense. The artificer bonds with this armor, becoming one with it even as they experiment with it and refine its magical capabilities. Makes sense, you know, the whole Iron Man thing. So first up at third level, you get Tools of the Trade. You gain proficiency with heavy armor. You also gain proficiency with Smith's Tools. If you already have this tool proficiency, you gain proficiency with one type of artisan's tools of your choice. Makes sense. Now that you have heavy armor, you can make any armor of yours the arcane armor, which we'll see feature coming up here. So the armor spell list is pretty decent, mostly offensive and somewhat survival. Magic Missiles, Thunder Wave, Mirror Image, Shatter, Hypnotic Pattern, Lightning Bolt, nice addition. Fire Shield, Greater Invisibility, Pass Wall, and Wall Force. Pass Wall. I actually had to look this one up. I've never had a player use it. I've never used it. And even when I looked it up here, I'm still not quite clear if it makes like a little nook in a wall. I'm just a little confused on the ruling of that. Does it take up space? You know, is it a pocket dimension? What's going on there? But yeah, yay, Pass Wall. Also, our main feature of the subclass and our last third level feature is Arcane Armor. Your metallurgical pursuits have led to you making armor a conduit for your magic. As an action, you can turn a suit of armor you're wearing into arcane armor, provided you have Smith's Tools in hand. You gain the following benefits while wearing this armor. If the armor normally has a strength requirement, the arcane armor lacks this requirement for you, allowing you to wear the heavier armors and without detriment. You can use the arcane armor as a spellcasting focus for your artificer spells, and the armor attaches to you and can't be removed against your will. It also expands to cover your entire body. Although you can retract or deploy the helmet as a bonus action, the armor replaces any missing limbs, functioning identically to a limb it replaces. You can doff or don the armor as an action. and the armor continues to be arcane armor until you don another suit of armor or you die. Grim. Oh, that's not our last third level feature. Forgot about the actual breakdown of the models. So yeah, you get your arcane armor, and then you get to, while you're wearing it, you get to pick what armor configuration or what model you're using. You can customize your arcane armor. When you do so, choose one of the following models: Guardian or Infiltrator. The model you choose gives you special benefits while you wear it. Each model includes a special weapon. When you attack with that weapon, you can add your intelligence modifier instead of strength or dexterity to the attack and damage rolls. You can change the armor's model whenever you finish a short or long rest, provided you have smith's tools in hand. And the first model is the Guardian. You design your armor to be in the front line of conflict. It has the following benefits, or following features. You get thunder gauntlets for your weapons, and each of the armor's gauntlets count as a simple melee weapon while you aren't holding anything in it, and it deals 1d8 thunder damage on a hit. A creature hit by the gauntlet has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than you until the start of your next turn, as the armor magically emits a distracting pulse when the creature attacks someone else. That can be, yeah, shout out to Tristan. That can be brutal, because you, especially when you get 2 attacks, doing this and then giving it disadvantage, giving the creature disadvantage to attack anyone else, drawing the aggro to you. Very cool, very thematic. And thunder damage isn't most creatures aren't resistant to thunder damage, so that's nice as well. You also get defensive field. As a bonus action, you can gain temporary hit points equal to your level in this class, replacing any temporary hit points you already have. You lose these temporary hit points if you doff the armor. You can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. This is nice. This is it scales on your proficiency bonus, so it's only 2 to 6 times total per long rest. That's not that many, but it scales in your levels in this class as far as the amount of temp hit points you can get. That scales very well, very well. The second model is the Infiltrator. You customize your armor for subtle undertakings. It has the following features. The Lightning Launcher, a gem-like node, appears on one of your armored fists or on your chest, your choice. It counts as a simple ranged weapon, and with a normal range of 90 feet and a long range of 300 feet. It deals 1d6 lightning damage on a hit. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with it, you can deal an extra 1d6 lightning damage to the target. So instead of status effect that we got with the Guardian, this is a very decently ranged weapon. d6 lightning damage is not not a whole lot, but yeah, but the fact that you can charge it up, or the first person you hit on your turn, now it is on your turn, right? Each of your turns, yeah. So it's only on your turn, and it's only once, but you can, you get a double the lightning damage out of that, or an extra d6 there. You also get powered steps, so while you're wearing the Infiltrator armor, you have an additional 5 feet of movement and dampening field. You have advantage on stealth checks while you're wearing the Infiltrator armor. If the armor normally imposes disadvantage on such checks, the advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out as normal. That's normally what happens with advantage and disadvantage. So if you're wearing heavy armor that gives you disadvantage, or even light or medium armor that would normally give you disadvantage, you just make a flat roll on that stealth check. At 5th level, we get extra attack, much needed. And 9th level, we get armor modifications. You learn how to use your Artificer Infusions to specially modify your arcane armor. That armor now counts as separate items for the purposes of your infused items feature. The armor, the chest piece, and boots, helmet, and the armor special weapon. Each of those items can bear one of your infusions, and the infusions transfer over if you change your armor's model with the armor model feature. That's very important and good. In addition, the maximum number of items you can infuse at once increases by 2, but those extra items must be part of your arcane armor. This gives you extra infusions. Very, very useful. Yeah, the infusions are a great system, and the fact that this is allowing you to put, not only piece your armor out with different magical infusions, but you get additional ones to do so. That's great. Very, very beneficial, because you can also still give your infusions to your party members as well. Okay, we have at 15th level, we have Perfected Armor. Your arcane armor gains additional benefits based on its model, as shown below. The Guardian model says when a huge or smaller creature you can see ends its turn within 30 feet of you, you can use a reaction to magically force the creature to make a strength saving throw against your spell save DC, pulling the creature up to 30 feet toward you to an unoccupied space. If you pull the creature to a space within 5 feet of you, you can make a melee weapon attack against it as part of this reaction. That's very cool, like kind of force pulling people across the battlefield and being able to make an attack as part of that. If you're willing to give up your reaction, that is a great use of it. You can use this reaction a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, which at this point, 15th level, is five times, and you get that per long rest. So that's really good, very good feature. Infiltrator. So when you're wearing your Infiltrator armor, any creature that takes lightning damage from your lightning launcher glimmers with magical light until the start of your next turn. The glimmering creature sheds light in a 5-foot radius, or dim light in a 5-foot radius, and it has disadvantage on attack rolls against you as the lightning jolts it if it attacks you. In addition, the next attack roll against it has advantage, and if the attack hits, the target takes an additional 1d6 lightning damage. So this is kind of a mix between Guiding Bolt and Fairy Fire. Yeah, I like it. It's cool. So this gives you a little diversity, because depending on which style of armor you're wearing at the time is which benefit you're going to get there. Yeah, pretty decent. Armor is pretty decent subclass. People been wanting it since the introduction of the Artificer in Eberron. So very cool. Very cool. Let me know what you think. And let's go touch on the new infusions. I have that page saved. Aha! Right there. Okay. So here's all the Artificer infusions, and I wrote down which ones are new. Okay, so the Arcane Propulsion Armor. This is a new one. And you have to be a 14th level Artificer to make it, and it requires a suit of armor with attunement. The wearer of this armor gains these benefits. So the wearer's walking speed increases by 5, and if you're putting this on your armor as an armorer and you're wearing your Infiltrator, that's a total of plus 10 movement. Pretty sweet. The armor includes gauntlets, each of which is a magic melee weapon that can be wielded only when the hand is holding nothing. The wearer is proficient with the gauntlets, and each one deals 1d8 force damage on a hit and has the thrown property, but with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. When thrown, the gauntlet detaches and flies at the attack's target, then immediately returns to the wearer and reattaches. Very cool rocket launch or rocket punch, and it's very nice that it's not only a thrown weapon, but it comes back to you, so it's essentially a returning weapon for free on there. The armor can't be removed against the wearer's will, and if the wearer is missing any limbs, the armor replaces those limbs, hands, arms, feet, legs, or some similar appendages. The replacements function identically to the body parts they replace. Very cool, especially if you're not an armorer and your armor decides to give you a taste of that kind of life, giving you the Arcane Propulsion Armor. Okay, next up we have, the next one, Armor of Magical Strength, is also a new one. It requires a suit of armor, but no level requirement. This armor has 6 charges. The wearer can expend the armor's charges in the following ways. When the wearer makes a strength check or strength saving throw, it can expend 1 charge to add a bonus to the roll equal to its intelligence modifier. And if the creature would be knocked prone, it can use its reaction to expend 1 charge to avoid being knocked prone. The armor regains 1d6 expended charges at dawn. Okay, so this isn't... you get this early, so that's good. But it's situational. I'd say if you're a grappler, or if you're coming across enemies that are going to be grappling a lot, this is very useful. The being knocked prone thing is situational. Some creatures, really focus on knocking you prone and then getting the advantage on attacks against you, but it doesn't always come up. Yeah, it's useful. It's useful, not hugely powerful, but useful. Okay, these are all normal until we get down to the Helm of Awareness. You have to be a 10th level Artificer, and it requires a helmet. Who would have thought? While wearing this helmet, a creature has advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, the wearer can't be surprised, provided it isn't incapacitated. So this is like the weapon of warning. Like if you have a weapon of warning, pretty much the same effects there. Very useful. Very, very useful. And as a DM, very frustrating sometimes. Next up, we have Mind Sharpener. Yes, Mind Sharpener. So no level requirement with this one, but you are required a suit of armor or robes. The infused item can send a jolt to the wearer to refocus their mind. The item has 4 charges. When the wearer fails a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on a spell, the wearer can use its reaction to expend one of the item's charges to succeed instead. The item regains 1d4 expended charges daily at dawn. This is super useful. This is very useful. The fact that it doesn't require attunement, it can be put on robes. This can save casters' day, especially casters that use a lot of concentration spells, like wisdom casters, clerics, druids, even artificers tend to use a decent amount of concentration spells. It's good for any caster, but yeah, very good. Mind Sharpener, very, very useful infusion. And the last new one we have is the last one in the infusions. The Spell Refueling Ring. You need to be a 6th level artificer and have a ring. Requires attunement. While wearing this ring, the creature can recover 1 expended spell slot as an action. The recovered spell slot can be of 3rd level or lower. Can be of 3rd level or lower. Once used, the ring can't be used again until the next dawn. So, a free 3rd level spell slot or lower per long rest. Simple, effective, very useful. Free fireball, or it can be even a level 1 spell, or you can upcasted level 1 spell. Very cool. That's it. That's all our new Artificer stuff. Let me know what you think. The armor subclass was pretty cool. Some of the new infusions are good. New spells are always welcome in the list. And yeah, now we're going to move on. I guess we'll move on to some of the magic stuff in the book. I'll cover that, and we'll go from there. New stuff, all new kinds of content coming soon. So thank you very much. And remember, as always, unity is strength. So take care of each other, stay safe, and I'll see you again real soon.